uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom.
Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. And today's video is not about Rondo. It's not about me doing squad wipes or anything cool, not that they ever happen, but today's video is about the update 3.9 beta, which I went and ran a few tests on the beta server yesterday. I did a little live stream and I wanted to do a quick synopsis, and now that I'd had a little bit of time to actually sit with it and think through it and talk to you about it, on how I'm very nervous about the update 3.9 beta. I don't think it's for the same reasons that a lot of people would be nervous about 3.9 beta. A lot of the content creators you see out there will just go and pump out content about the features, like the new Transformers mode, or you know, the OEM gear or whatever it is. Like that's not really what I enjoy the most. I love the balance of the game. I love the custom risk and reward. And they've made some drastic changes to really fundamental gameplay features in update 3.9, which I think are going to be very, very poor for PUBG Mobile's game balance. Let me run you through just a couple of them. And nearly all of these revolve around damage and damage output, because I don't think anyone is saying we can't output enough damage in PUBG Mobile right now. We die too slowly. That does not seem to be the case. But the new sniper barrel extender, if you put that on that's the DSR. It's doing 102 damage to a level 3 helmet. That means you can now knock a level 3 helmet wearing player with a weapon that is not a flare drop weapon, not an airdrop weapon. Until now, that was the AWM. Now, the AWM does so much more damage than the DSR. But if you're hitting a headshot for 101, that's just as good as hitting a headshot for 150. And you can knock people out to just about 300 meters with a single tap headshot from the DSR into any level helmet now. And this is the theme that's been sneaking up across the board. There is a new weapon, the ASM Abacan. It's an AN-94 knockoff. And I honestly don't know why it's back in the game. It was in the game very, very shortly for one of the event modes, anniversary kind of celebration modes, where there was a big event center just outside of school and between school and Rozok. And it was terrible. It's got a 2-shot burst mode and a full auto mode that is exactly the same rate of fire as the M416, 738 rounds a minute, only it does 1 less damage than the M416. It's got incredibly high recoil for a 5.56 AR. I mean, it's not like crazy hard to control. It's just, it's high for a 5.56 AR. And you end up in a situation with a gun that really doesn't have a place. And I don't know why it's been reintroduced in, as far as I can tell, exactly the same form it was when it was pulled out of the game previously. Now, that's the least of my worries. You see, they've introduced barrel extenders for all weapons, which increase their damage. It's meant to, it seems, have created an ability for certain weapons to fire at longer ranges, but it's increased their base damage. Now, this is obviously a beta. It's not certain that this goes through, but there are real problems that exist in the game that have never been touched. I'll show you 2 quick ones here. This is the M1014. If you ADS with the S12K, as you just saw, it does nothing to the shotgun spread, unless you're using the M1014. This makes no logical sense. You're still firing a shotgun shell that splatters everywhere, but it just, what? You can keep the reticle on the target? It's pellets. It's not a bullet where you can aim and hold the gun tighter and control the recoil. It's pellets. And this is no other shotgun in the game, but it's never been fixed. It's never been touched. It's been brought up a bunch of times. It's just so broken and overpowered, and people that use the 1014 know this. But look, this is the DBS. It makes no difference when you zoom in. It's just the same, right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So all the actual attachments seem to have got a buff, but the extended barrels. I'm just still baffled by this. Like, for instance, they still haven't touched the FAMAS's incredible iron sights, which make it one of the stupidest crate droppers. I mean, if you don't have a red dot and you've picked up a FAMAS, what are you going to do? Because you put a scope on this thing, you're wasting your time. Let's talk about some of these attachments. The heavy stock, which is in the game right now, but is only in the training room on beta. You can see it makes an instant difference to to recoil management. Like, it reduces horizontal and vertical recoil. You put a red dot, an ergonomic grip, and the barrel extender on this, the hip fire is insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is an MP5K, right? This isn't like a UMP or an Uzi or something. It's an MP5K. And I'm just going to run around hitting the targets that I aim at. Like, it's so silly because this is what the gun is now going to be. And now that I've got an SMG barrel extender on there, it's going to do more damage. And the thing is, you didn't really need help with the recoil. Who is struggling to hit shots with these guns? Who is struggling to hit shots with MP5Ks and UMPs? Why do you need a barrel extender on there? And why is it making the problem more difficult? Like, it's not a complex problem. Let me lay this down for you. The M416 now does more damage with a barrel extender, and it loses damage over distance at a far lower rate. So it's more effective at range. That's what they're trying to go for, apparently. I don't know why. The heavy stock makes it spray better. So you now have higher damage sprays from M416s, but luckily no one uses that weapon, so no one will notice more damage coming out of M416 spray squads. Like, crazy. You could have just done this. Crazy. Hear me out. You could have just lowered the damage on the M416 and made it so that every time it goes over 50 meters, it loses a point of damage. So that by the time it gets to 200 meters, it's doing like 37 damage, 36 damage, and it's less effective. And there's more survivability for the player base because we are not struggling. Let me show you some clips of people struggling to kill people quickly with spray weapons. This is me with an M416 and a 2X. I think I've got a thumb grip on it. We're not talking about ergonomic grip and a muzzle brake. Such a tough gun to use. I mean, really, so difficult to use. Tell me again how hard it is to run a spray weapon. You know what we should do? We should make it do 2 more damage and have less vertical and horizontal recoil because this shit is too difficult for me. I mean, 156 meters with a 2X instaring kids off the top of cranes. Like, what did the developers look at and say, you know what? The problem is the M416 isn't effective enough. How did we get to this position? Because not only now is it more effective at this, absolute bollocks, it is better in CQC because you can just put a barrel extender on it and it does more damage. It's almost like they looked at shotguns and said, we want there to be less people using shotguns, so rather than nerfing shotguns, we're going to make every other gun more effective with a couple of simple attachments. That's the only reasonable facsimile of an idea I can come up with that has done this. I've got an idea. How about you drop damage on all these guns? There's no shame in going backwards a little bit. I mean, you don't even need an M4. This is a freaking Bison with a 2X. All these guns are going to be stronger. Like, you're going to be able to put a barrel extender on the Bison. Like, look at it. It's like reaching out. There's no recoil. Like, I don't get this. Why was dying too slowly a problem? Why is this an issue? How is the development team so out of touch with what is actually going on in the game? I met a lot of guys and girls in China, super hardworking, incredible people, and they told me that they were going to change the meta. They weren't happy with the way the meta is going. This is an org. This is just an org. So we're stuck in situations now where the game is getting more and more about just insta-killing, insta-jibbing people. Level 3 helmets getting cleared by shotboard weapons. I mean, look at me. This is me, an old bloke. I'm not running gyro. I'm just pointing this thing at people. How hard can it be? Why do we need more damage? Sure, you're going to do more damage in CQC, which will mean you'll do more damage against shotguns, which means you might win those fights where there's a skerrick of health left on the guy with the shotgun. Why don't we just drop some damage across the board and make people survive for 0.2 of a second longer and have longer gunfights and more survivability and more fun and more engagement? This is just an arms race for no reason. We're racing against no one. The only people playing the game are the people playing the game. They are not begging you to have an M416 that's a laser beam. People get ripped out of cars instantly, as it is. Why do you want to make this worse? Oh, I'll never understand it. And it just baffles me because the people that make this game are so clever and are so dedicated and work so very, very hard. And I can only imagine that they're not the ones making the final decisions on these things, or someone hasn't thought it through. Because you can't have recoils. You can't have an M416 that does more damage, the heavy stock on it, so it's easy to control recoil-wise, and more balance. It just doesn't work like that. Everyone runs that gun. Everyone sprays at range. Now they're going to be better at it. And people are going to die quicker. Next time you get ripped out of a car, if these changes go live, next time you just get instant out of a car, you can thank the barrel extender for it. I mean, look at these things. Things like this drive me crazy. The amount of times I hit headshots with sniper rifles, which require actual skill and setup to do usually. And what have I hit there? I've got a body shot. It happens so often that we get body shots out of things where all you can see is the tip of their head. Or they do the M416 thing where they lie down, crawl forward, point their gun for some reason is able to point directly at the ground while you can't actually hit them. And when you do hit them, it's a body shot. There's guys up on that ridgeline doing the same thing. If this is fixed, I'll be amazed. But that's, you fire it right at them and it's hitting the ground. And yet they're somehow able to shoot a gun at full auto at the same time. And you fire right at him. Hits the dirt. That's a miss. Finally get a body shot on the dude who literally all I can see is his head. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so sick of it. Yeah, body shot. Stay tuned. Love ya. Remember to like the videos and subscribe. I'll be around. Au revoir, amigos.